Okay, hello. Today we will be do something else than we normally do on this channel because we'll not play the games, we'll not discuss matchup mistakes and stuff like that. Instead of that, I want to show you how to use my MTG Metagame Analyzer. Basically, I make this tool for myself and then try to develop it more, and right now I want to show you um, to community that everybody can use it for its own purpose. So yeah, like what this tool do, I design it to find out what is the probability to meet certain deck or the archetype in the league on MTGO, and that, in theory, should help me to design a better sideboard or prepare for different matchups better. And yeah, this is the purpose of this tool. And I will show you how to use it. It's like a super simple thing, and every link you need will be in the description of this video. And also, when you follow my instructions, like in a few days, or a few minutes, sorry, you will learn how to track the metagame, track your win-loss ratio, and use this tool to prepare proper sideboard for like different events. Okay, so what you want to do is like go into my GitHub. You'll find the link in the description. Go into Metagame Analyzer, MTG Metagame Analyzer, and you find here like a lot of folders. What is most interesting for you is like example folder, so we can find example metagame data, and this is your template for putting your own data, so you do not need to make your own Excel file. So we can go in here, download it, and you have it. So we can go there. I make like a special I will go copy. I will make a special folder. I'll call it a metagame analysis. I will put it in here. Okay, so we got the first file you need. So basically, it's only thing you want to download, but I want to show you like how the metagame history work. So I will also download the example metagame history. This is something you do not need because this is the file which is where we put history of the metagame. So when you play, you do your own metagame analysis, this file will be generated all in all, and then you can go back and see uh, how metagame changed during some kind of period of time, which might be quite interesting. For example, after like a long run, like for a year, you go back and you can see like before, I don't know, RCQ season, there's like a peaks of different decks that start showing in the metagame. So it just works like some kind of history here. So yeah, we can download it. Again, we need to go there. We can copy and then go into my folder. Here, we can paste it. And yeah, this is like the basis. So now you have everything you need to make the metagame analyze for yourself. Of course, there's like a lot of examples here. Like every documentation is well written, so you basically can read it everything here. And if you have like any ideas how to make it better and stuff like that, please contact me, write a comment, whatever you want, and yeah, I will help you with anything, and maybe I put some new things into this metagame analyzer. Okay, so we got the basics. We got like everything in here. We know how it works. I will not talk about the details, how it calculates everything and stuff like that. You have everything in here in description. And the second very interesting, like very important part is that you do not have to know about coding and the programming at all. You don't even do not need to install anything. This is the Python tool, but to use it, you only need like this free thing called Colab. It's from Google. So if you have like a Google account, and basically everybody had, you can use it for free and just, use it. Of course, if you like more advanced user, you can use Python script, which is in here. So you do not need to use it in Colab, but the result will be the same. So basically, it depends on you. But I'm assume that if you like experienced Python user, you will find how to use it without any instructions. Okay, so how to do the analyze? First of all, you need to have a data. So we download this sample file, and this file is ready to go. So we can open it. So this is example metagame data. You can call it how you want. And as you can see, we have in here two things. We got deck, we got metagame, we got a win rate, and the win rate is like the win rate of this deck overall, and my win rate. So basically, you can take any information about how your deck deals with this. For example, borrows energy. Or if you have your own data, you can put your win rate in here. And then we have like an archetype. Archetype is very helpful in the analysis and project and like making better sideboards, because you can call it however you want. Like you can see, I use here like aggro, mid-range, combo, whatever. But you can also call it like reanimator. You can also call it like you can call the archetype in like what deck used to win, and after that it will be easier for you to design your sideboard, because you can choose cards that are like designed to deal with something. Like for example, to the graveyard, you have like this Esper Reanimator, you can make it like graveyard deck, and then you know that in your meta game there's like a lot of graveyard decks, so you need a lot of graveyard hate, and it works like that. So we got the data, but from where I get the data? Basically, you have like a lot of sites. I really like the MTGDecks because they got like a lot of information. So let's go into the modern. We got the modern. You can choose like last 2 weeks. It will be fine because it's like really good. And then you have like deck name basically in here. Then you have the meta share that you can put in here. And then when you click into the deck, you can see the deck overall like deck win rate. So we can put in here, and that's most of the data that you can have in. And then if you go to the modern, and then you go into the win rates in here, you got this table from like 180 days, and you can find, for example, your deck. For me, it will be, of course, Zoo. So somewhere here should be domain aggro. And then you can find that domain aggro have overall win rate 51%. So you can use it as base. And then you can go to like, you see, like Boros Energy. From 400 matches, you got like 44 chances to win against this deck. So this is your win rate. So you can put here like 44 or whatever. It's like, yeah, something that can help you to estimate how important this deck is. But we will leave those numbers as they are in here, because this is your, as I say, this is your template. And based on the template, you can put the numbers in here with everything you're interested. So those data came from like a few months ago, like maybe 2 or something. So as you can see, they're changing. And what is very important, please pay attention into the matches number, because like when you have 500 matches, it's good, sample. But if you go down there and you can find like 9 matches, this is not the best thing. So I will, like, you need to choose what kind of threshold you want to put there. But basically, I will not go under like 50 matches. And if you have like data from less than 50, maybe like the 10 or 12, I will use the overall win rate of the deck instead. So yeah, I will keep it like that. So yeah, we got like everything right now. You got the source for the data. You got like every like you have the file to put the data. This is like properly done, like the uh, construction of the proper place, like all proper things here are done. Basically, you what you want to do, you just want to put the numbers in here that you are interested in, and then we go straight to the fun part, also the analysis. So you go into the docs and you can find scriptful, and this scriptful file is basically is designed for Colab. It's not like the typical Python script, because it's like designed to run in Colab. And what you're gonna do is like you have like instructions in here properly written, but you just go Control A, Control C, go into the Colab, put in here the code, Control V, and you get caught in here, and then you press play, and now the fun starts begin. Of course, you need to wait a few seconds. Okay, and now you have things to do. First of all, you need to upload your Excel data. So we go in here, go into the Metagame Analyzer. You choose example metagame data. You click open, and of course it's like load the file. There's like no mistakes here or any errors. Okay, now it's optional, because when first you run it, you will have no history, so of course you cannot upload any history. But we have like this sample histories too, so I can show you. Okay, so we go example metagame histories from the 10 weeks. We're gonna now open it, and now you need to put some numbers. So first of all, you need to put the player count for calculations. It's like 1,000, because it's like a good starting point for the MTGO leagues. But if you're going for like uh, other events, you can put whatever you want. It is like quite important, because if you go for event where it's like 100 players, the results will be quite different than from the 1,000. This is designed basically to work with the MTGO, but you can also use it for the other ones. So if you're expecting an RCQ to be like 100 players, you can put here like 100. But we will go for the default, and you can put 1,000 in here or just click enter. So this is default. Okay, now it is important how many runes you expect to play, because it's also important to calculate how often you meet different decks in here. So basically for a league is 5, but sometimes like for let's say challenges is like 6, or yeah, or 7, or yeah, or 4 for a smaller event. So it depends, but for the league is 5, so we leave it. We can put it 5 in here, or just leave it and put enter and go. Okay, there's another one. You have minimal encounter probability to display, because if you put a lot of decks in your data, the charts become quite messy, and reading that is quite hard. So it's better to keep it simple. And I'd find out like the encounter probability below 5% is like no matter at all. So basically 5% is like a good point to start. But even if you want like go to the 10%, it also will be fine. But I will keep it like 5, go enter, and we got it. Now we can name your deck. Of course, our name is like domain zoo. But when you press enter, there will be only my deck. So we can see that the script, you know, will show you like ask you for everything. He will like you take you by the hand for every step. It's like not at all complicated. But I want to try to show you the idea of the tool. And now you can put your overall win rate, and it helps to calculate how important is the different decks you encounter. So it's also like nice for statistics. So for me, it's like a 51% right now. Okay, we can go like that, and now he does the calculation. And of course, you can see we get the charts. First of all, in here, but I will show you later because of course you can download it, and it gives you different charts. And after that, he asks you about to make the history trend, and I make this history trend default for 4, but we have like the 10-week long history file. We can go for like 8. Okay, he now generates the history trends for archetype, of course, and for that. And as you can see, he like make a compressed file of that. You can open that, go copy. So this is the result. You download all the files and then put into your metagame analysis. And then we want to go to unpack it. And what do we get here? You get few different things. First of all, you got the deck analysis like by the archetype. So you can see in here that we have archetype, meta, win rate ratio, deck, how this display, how many numbers you can predict in 1000. You get the quartile, like prep priority, performance level, stuff like that. And this is true for all other Excel files. So we can go to the Excel files. You see a lot of those numbers. You can find out what happened there. The same is true for this. Yeah, so you got like everything in the numbers. And also you have this file called metagame history. And the metagame history is the file that you were interested, because as you remember, we used this file called example metagame history week 1 to 10. And now you got metagame history week 11. So it adds another history to this CSV file, and it will be stocked like that for many, many, many weeks. Okay, but this is the numbers, and the numbers are boring. So let's go into charts, which will tell you more than those numbers. Of course, if you like numbers, you can go there. Okay, so what I say, we go to a country probability, and now you can see that we count like we say like a country probability for the archetype. And as you can see, we got those charts, and the chart shows that aggro has like 85% of a country probability in the league. So basically, you will face aggro every time you play. Then you go into the mid-range, then you go into the combo, which is super popular. Then you go into the ramp, Raj, and the control is not super popular. And then you can see those small legend here. So the red, like it's corresponding with percentage numbers. You should prepare for matchup against aggro. Is like your preparation property is very high. Is medium for a combo, low for a ramp, medium for the Roach, and low for a control. And also you can see the performance color. So this say us how this deck or archetype, because we will have the same in deck charts perform. So we got underplayed winner, and they say that there are decks that have like very high win ratio, but they also not very well represented in the metagame. Then we have the popular trap. So this is the deck that is like there's like a lot of this deck or archetype in the metagame, but it do not have like the highest win rate. And then we have like the neutral. So there's like typical. This deck is like okay, whatever. So first of all, we have this counter probability for the archetype. Then we got a counter probability for that deck. And you can see like we have Boros Energy 55, Affinity 40, Jeskai Bleak 32, Izzet Prowlers like that. And you can see which deck you can encounter how often the league. So the 55% encounter says like basically in every league you have like a very, very high chance to meet this deck. And that says that you should have answers in the sideboard for this deck. And you got the same like labels for preparation priority and for how the deck perform. So yeah, so you can see like the Neo form is underplayed winner, so it have like very high win rate. But the prep priority is medium because this deck do not show very often. So based on those charts and the numbers from the Excel, you can weight what you want to put in the sideboard, or maybe in against what deck you want to train to get like a really good result. Okay, and now we got the trends from the like 8 weeks. And those data like the artificial data, so you do not want to like, put it into your real mind. But when you try, like when you start to track everything, you will observe that the aggro is growing. So, but right now it's fall a little bit. So you have like this, legend that's like this up is rising, this is falling, and this is stable. And also the analysis of this kind of how the archetype changing during the time can give you some kind of idea what's happened in the metagame and how to properly prepare, especially for like incoming RCQ season. And the same is true for the decks. Like in the decks, you can see also like some of decks will be rising, so those will be falling. And the tool is designed that way that small like fluctuations do not affect that. But when you see like a lot of changes, you will know it, and it will be signed in here. So yeah, so this is like something you want to do. And another bonus ones is how your deck perform against different decks. So now you have this encounter probability, but this will show you how your deck, how your win rate against different decks perform in the league. So you can see that we have really bad, like Zoot. It's not true, but those like artificial data. But you can say like you got Boros energy, and your decks have quite good win rate. Is like about 55. So it may say, okay, my deck it's quite okay right now with this. So maybe I will focus to this one, or maybe this one, or maybe this one. So we can see in here you got like my win rate against the deck. So we got from the green to the red. And yeah, that is another way to try to find out how to maybe get a better performance in the leagues, which matchups is worth to train against, and stuff like that. And in here you can see how it's like expected record distribution in the leagues. And yeah, it might help like to choose probably which kind of league you want, what to expect, what happened, what's the distribution of different win rates and stuff like that. Oh, okay, sorry, it's my dog. Yeah, he go to the couch. He's like a quite big, so he makes some noise. Sorry. And now you can see uh like some kind of sum up which deck is good in the meta game and what you can expect. And you can find like domain aggro is like 49%, so it's fine all over the leagues. And some of the decks underperform in the leagues, and some they overperform on the leagues, which can help you to predict what people may choose to play. So yeah, this is the all data you will have. And based on that, you can make a choices for cards to your sideboard to predict what can be what can you play against for like a big events or whatever you want. So this tool is like 100% free, and I will use it to make like the short metagame analyzers in every 2 weeks. So if you do not want to miss it, please make a subscription about it. And I hope like all of those steps I show you will help you to be to use this tool, because it's like it's super simple. I also like not like a programmer or something, and I know a little bit about the statistics. So this is something that I was like, when I designed it, I was like, hmm, what how often I like meet this deck and how important it is in the league. And this was the idea to make this. And yeah, I must say it helps me to make like the small choices onto the sideboard, small choices even into the main board. Maybe one card, you don't know if to put it or not, but when you analyze the metagame, and for example, you will see that Boros energy is like quite high represented, which is not surprising in the model. But let's say we got like the Amulet Titan about 16%. And I must say you that I write some kind of guide about sideboard building, and this sideboard building is based on this tool. So it turns out that good point of cutoff is like 16%, and below that, probability you meet the deck in the league in the MTGO is super low, so it's not worth to use the slot for a card dedicated only to fight this deck. But it might be interesting in case of the archetype, but you can read in my guide, which is also free. It will be on Reddit and will be on my Metafy. Every link for everything that I show in this video you will find in the description. So I hope you like it. If you have any question, write the comment. I will answer and help you as much as I can. And do not forget to subscribe. And yeah, see you in the leaks. Thank you very much for watching.